Hello guys, AnimeUpRise. How's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about why I hate CGI anime. Pretty much I hate it really badly. Like, if it's CGI, there's probably pretty much a 99% chance I am not going to watch it. If any bit of it is CGI, I'm not going to watch it. There is some special cases like Demon Slayer and The Land of the Lustrous, which is a beautiful show, and it just looked so nice that I had to see it. That's the only case I like CGI anime. Anyways, I gave my couple of reasons why, or just my opinion and why I don't like it. Again guys, this is my opinion. This is not meant to like say any facts. It's not meant to say why it's bad. I'm just saying why I hate it. It's like from me in general. Like I can probably see there's some good CGI anime out there, but for me personally, I'll never like them, except for some special few like Land of the Lustrous. I probably won't like it because it's CGI. It just doesn't look like anime to me, and it just looks clunky, and I'll never like it. That's like on me. So if you guys like CGI anime, then we can agree to disagree. So that's it guys, let's begin. So the first reason is that it looks clunky. When you compare the really good and polished modern anime art style of 2D, then you look at the 3D animation, besides Land of the Lustrous, and it just looks clunky, especially the characters. Like, let's go to an example of Baki, because I really like the Baki art style when it's 2D, so that's like when it's not fighting. Even though the whole freaking series is meant to have fight scenes and it's meant to be focused on the fighting, they make the fights look the worst. Yeah, they make the fights look the worst. When they're not fighting, they have a good 2D art style I actually really enjoy seeing. Then when they get to the fight scenes, they look like two action figures fighting instead of anime background. Like literally, they look like action figures. Really poorly designed action figures you can find on eBay. That's what they remind me of. And when I'm seeing it, it's just so jarring because I seen the art style a couple seconds ago before they start fighting, and it looks so good. The character looks so good. And then we get to their CGI model, and it just sucks. It just sucks, and it really disappointed me to the fact that I'm not watching season 2. It ruined it for me. And I wanted to watch Blame the movie, but I tried to watch it on Netflix, and it was in CGI, and I was like, yeah, I don't like how the characters look. Like, sure, it isn't the worst CGI I've seen. Again, Baki is probably one of the worst, and Baki and Berserk, this 2016, are probably the worst I've seen for CGI. Like, sure, Blame, I don't know how you pronounce it. It doesn't look that bad for CGI anime, but it still puts me off because all the characters are in it. And like when you just put, I'm going on a big rant. When you put like CGI in the background, like say for background characters, I don't mind it. As long as you don't make it too noticeable, it's in the background, nobody cares. It's not important. But if it's like the main characters you're supposed to focus on, it just makes me feel like not want to watch it because it looks bad. Like I don't mind if it's on like on weaponry or maybe on a monster sometimes if you're gonna kill it really fast. Like I'll for that there's an example where like sure most of it's in 2D, then the monsters are in 3D or CGI animated, and it just looks bad. But I don't mind it because most of it isn't in 2D. But sometimes it ruins it for me again with Baki because the main focus is the fight scenes, and then they make it 2D and it looks really bad. Again, back to the action figure statement. That's just no. Don't do that, man. And next, it just personally it bugs me out when I'm watching anime and it suddenly turns. You can tell I'm mad at Baki because I wanted to like Baki. I heard so many good things about Baki, and then the fight scenes kind of ruined it for me. Yeah. And I wanted to like it, so back to Baki. So like when it goes from 2D into 3D, it looks bad. It just looks bad. Like when you compare the two, like when it switches over back and forth, it makes it hard not to compare it. At least make it fully 3D, so I don't have to put my time into it and actually I can ignore it from the beginning. No, Baki looked fine when I first watched it. Then I saw the fight scenes and I was like, ugh. And I still watched the entire first season, mainly because IL made me, or helped me watch it. And you know what? The story wasn't bad, but I can't let the fight scene animation it just bothers me way too much just to continue. You can say I'm being picky, which I am. I like the 2D animation. It's like every time I see it, I complain. Even in Arifureta, which is one of my favorite isekai ever, I always complain when I see the monsters. The guns look cool. When you make it the guns, or when you make it the background and say in Demon Slayer, when they use that example with the house and like how the house is moving around, and sometimes you make Tanjiro in CGI, which I didn't notice. That was a good use of animation or use CGI because you didn't get to see their faces. You don't see the faces now, it turns to CGI. So that's good. I didn't mind it. Sure, I noticed it a little bit, but I didn't mind it. It was okay. But like, you have to make it right. You can't have CGI be around too long if it's a 2D anime. If it's fully 3D, then fine. It's okay. Like, Lana Lustrous looks amazing. Like, they used CGI anime. They took that to like an extreme, and it looks amazing. The characters look like it's supposed to be there. Like, when I look at 3D anime from other places, like other sources, it looks like they're not supposed to be in 3D. They look like they're supposed to be in 2D. Like, I can just imagine them in 2D. I can't think of them in CG, but with Land of the Lustrous, that one looks like they're supposed to be 3D. And now I'm going to talk about Ajin for a couple seconds. I love the Ajin manga because I wanted to watch the anime a long time ago, and it's CG, so I always skipped it. I was like, yeah, CGI. I tried watching the first episode, and it was just CG. I couldn't handle it. It was bad. I was like, yeah, no. So I just didn't watch it. But in the end, I decided to read the manga, and I love the story. It's so good. It's so dark, and the characters are really cool, and I like seeing the real personality of the main character. It's just really good, and I'm just saddened that it took me so long to find it. Like, if the anime wasn't 2D and it probably looked pretty good, or at least average, I would have watched it. But since it was in CG, I didn't want to watch it. And it took me this long to finally get into it. And that's the problem. I can't get past my own personal hatred for CGI. It just bugs me. Every time I see it, I always complain. It looks bad. It's inferior style to 2D. And I get why they use it. I know why they use it. It's for like budget cuts, and it's for like faster production time. Because you don't have to redraw every frame, every scene, you know. It takes less time to do that. But I still think if you have the option to make it 2D, then make it 2D, because that is how you're gonna make the best anime possible. Because anime, I think it's meant to be 2D. It shouldn't go 3D. It should never go 3D. And I think if it ever does go fully 3D, I'm not gonna like anime anymore. So my reasons are, it looks really blocky and buggy. It looks like action figures. It looks like stop motion. It's like going too far. But yeah, it just looks too different from what I'm used to. And especially when it's 2D beforehand, then it switches over to 3D. I'm looking at you, Baki. But CGI can be used in good places, like, say, for Demon Slayer. It enhances the fight scenes with the CGI in the background, with the house moving around, and him just moving dynamic movements. It can enhance a scene, but make sure it's not noticeable. Make sure it's not, like, on the forefront. Make sure that the CGI passes fast. It doesn't, like, overstay its welcome. You can't make it the main focus. So that's what I'm trying to say here. I hate it a lot with a passion. That's why I'm ranting so hard here. And yeah, so the reasons why I hate it are just because it looks blocky and it's inferior to 2D anime. It's just inferior, and it just feels out of place when I see it. Those are the reasons why I hate CGI anime, and I hate it. I'm not supposed to be reasoning. It's not even titled why I hate CGI anime. I says I hate it. It's a statement. And I don't have to explain myself. I'm just trying to rant on it. And this is an actual anime rant. So this is like, yeah, I've always hated CGI anime. I'm just picky like that, guys. I'm sorry. If you like CGI anime, tell me why in the comments, because I'd like to know why you like it, so I can see your side of the story, so I can see your opinions on it, and maybe I can agree with you, or maybe I can disagree with you even more. I don't know. But anyways, this has been a fun video to record. This is my second time recording this video. It's nice. I like it, and especially if you like this video, please leave a like. You know, that'll be a big help. A lot of help. And maybe subscribe, because I'm trying to beat my friends in a competition on YouTube. I'm still at 5 subscribers, like, in the competition, so it'll be nice to get a little bit more ahead. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Please leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to notify future uploads, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Johnny.